All right, hello everybody. It is me, Martinez-Bateman, and this is where I talk about journal stuff. This little weekly segment has gotten kind of popular, which is nice. So here's my art journal that I usually start with. Let's see, this little marker right here indicates what I recorded up to last week. So this is just notes from comic book class. I was really hungry, so I started drawing like french fries and chicken and stuff. But then this is just me like writing down stuff that people were talking about. Swamp Thing and David Finch's YouTube, and also like when you're making a comic, ask yourself, why is this here? Like, why is this on the page? So then people talked about different content, and then like tips, like use a sketchbook to draw elements of your page before you work on the page, and then some more, and then there's some notes from my specific comic, and then we were trying to work out like how to show time passing. Obviously this is not going to be it because that looks horrible. I also started reading Essex County by Jeff Lemire. I don't know, but I like it. I really like his art. I meant to bring it, and I didn't. And then here's some stuff I did this week. It's just sort of like a mandala. And then I was thinking about sort of like how we conceptualize of our own missteps, I guess, mistakes, harms. And I was, making this little sort of watercolor. It was wet on wet, so it looks like, kind of boo. But I was just kind of thinking about how, like, when I was younger, some of these dots are purple. You can't really see them. Here, let me get a paintbrush to be a pointer. So here's a purple dot. Here's a purple dot. Here's a purple dot. But most of these are red, right? And most of it is my part, doing everything. When I was younger, I really thought that everything bad that happened, I was the only one that the only person I could control was myself. Therefore, it just made a lot of sense for me to take responsibility for everything that happened and sort of like err on the side of caution and try to be like, okay, well, I'll assume that basically all of this is my fault. If I assume all of this is my fault, then I'll be able to solve the problem. And like, for someone without a lot of skills in the sort of like emotional maturity department, that wasn't the worst decision. But it caused me a lot of stress and strife and harm, and it also kept me in like really imbalanced and unhealthy relationships for like longer than I needed to be. But now how I see it is like, yeah, there's my part, and then there's also like other people making fucking shitty and stupid decisions. Like, we're both in this together. And then the thing that also is like really big in my conceptualization of like what leads up to bad behavior or poor choices is also the environment, right? Like, here it's very faded and washed out. Like, I used to think that you couldn't take your background into account when you were thinking about what went wrong. And I think that making an excuse and saying, oh, I grew up poor or I grew up in a bad environment. Also, please excuse the fact that my nails are dirty. I've been painting. But I think that like making an excuse that you made this mistake because your background sucked is garbage. But I think that when you are assessing your own behavior to see how to change and like get different skills, taking your background into account is really important, because when you're in a different context, you're going to have different options and like different strengths, etc., etc. So all that is to say that that's what I painted. And then there's like a bunch of notes that I don't necessarily want online. And then today I came in and did some painting for like an hour. And I had a Frito pie at this bar like 2 weeks ago, and I can't stop thinking about it. So I've eaten Frito pie like twice in the last 2 days. After not having eaten Frito pie for like, I don't know, 20 years. But I don't know. It's just so good. So, and usually there's also some onions, but I already had like sour cream that I was trying to paint. So I was like, I don't need to try and paint onions. But it's Fritos, it's chili, it's nacho cheese, it's sour cream, it's chives. It's perfect. And then this is so stupid. This has been stuck in my head for like, I don't know, weeks. It is a parody of Pink Pony Club by Chappell Rowan. And it is about specifically Rose Tycho in Star Wars releasing all of those like llama horses into the casino. I don't know if I can actually sing it because I don't want to get like copy struck. But the thing is, if you've ever lived in LA or specifically ever gone to Santa Monica, the fucking casino, the world that they like invade that casino on, it's Santa Monica. The fact that everything is fake, the fact that they get a fucking parking ticket for crashing their spaceship, like the fact that they get arrested for parking incorrectly, like you can't tell me that's not Santa Monica. And as a person who is not indigenous to California, but indigenous to like Mesoamerica and the Americas for most of my family, or a lot of my family tree, watching them kick that motherfucking shithole apart in that movie was the best part of any Star Wars I've ever seen in my life. So so this is about joining the revolution so that you can tear apart Space Santa Monica. And it says there's some parts that are like anachronistic. One is that they left Tatooine. Obviously, I'm pretty sure Rose is not from Tatooine, but like it was just perfect because she says I'm leaving Tennessee, so I couldn't leave it out. I could not put it on there. But yeah, here's the lyrics if you want to like make a song. I'm not very musically inclined. But I encourage anyone who wants to make this into an actual song to do that. But I know you wanted me to stay, but the revolution's calling me to outer space. I heard that there's a special place where smugglers, thieves, and empire goons while the time away. I'm having wicked dreams of leaving Tatooine, Space Santa Monica. I swear it's calling me. I'll turn a farther back into the crowded streets to watch the people flee and destroy the machines. Rose, what have you done? I can't sing in that high of a register. You're a free farther girl. And you kicked the casino apart. I'm just having fun in space with my guns. It's where I belong in the resistance fight. I destroyed everything in Canto Bight. I'm gonna keep on fighting for Jedi rights. I'm gonna keep on fucking up this neighborhood. Okay, sorry. So that's that. Let's see. Oh, here's another thing I painted. I continue to think about growth and business growth and what that looks like for me. I've talked about this before in different channels, on different videos on this channel, but this is my latest sort of like thoughts on that. We're talking about extractive capitalism. Those are supposed to be people. I'm hoping to like do some more painting to sort of like build out the crowd, but showing sort of like the extraction from the soul of the people, and then showing the ancestor wound. It's a rotten apple. And then, but what do we need? Like, what do we need to combat this extractive capitalism? What do we need to keep us from returning from this ancestor wound? Because like we return to the ancestor wound because we have been taught that the only thing that connects us to our ancestors is the harm that we've faced, is our experience of victimization. And part of that is new growth. part of that is understanding the harm that was caused, internalizing that, and then using that as a structure to grow something new, something that can sustain the people and sort of cut off the pathways of extraction. So that's, I don't know more than that, but that's what I'm sort of thinking. I have to go get my journal out of my backpack, but I am going to put a picture of my weekly spread that's had all the names crossed out, so you can see like what my weekly spreads are like. So that's going to go right here. As you can see, it's pretty chaotic in there, but I really like it. So let's go to, and then this is my planner / bullet journal. Let's go to the table of contents and see what I've added. So I think the last thing that I recorded was the fact that I had a brain dump, risks and opportunities. I do have actual risks and opportunities in my risks and opportunities now, so I'm not going to show that to you. But my media recommendations has actually gotten some, and I put some strips of what's it over the names, so it's not, we don't have people's names, has actually gotten some stuff in it. So Essex County, which is what I'm reading right now, was recommended by my comic book class teacher. Cash Delgado is Living the Dream was the queer book club book for this month. I joined a new queer book club because I lost, like I was, anyway, I was in a different queer book club. I kind of lost the plot on that one. And so then I joined a new one. I really wish in this book, it's a, you know, lesbian romance about a woman who's like late in life lesbian who like realizes she's in love with her best friend. And like I did not really care about this character and the way that they wrote the best friend. Like she seems really cool, but like she has no voice and kind of almost no agency. But all of the side characters in this like adorable little fake Oregon town were so compelling. Like I want to read all of their stories. Like I want to know all about them. Like they were more real to me in the book than the main characters. So I gave it 2 stars. But yeah, so that's that. And then I think currently consuming, I don't know if I added anything, although I do need to add, I am now consuming, oh, I'm not gonna finish Cemetery Boys. I'm not, like, I want to read books with trans characters. I want to read books with Latino characters. And I wanted Cemetery Boys to like be that book for me, but it's not doing it. I'm watching Tracker, which is a TV show. That's pretty good. Oh, and then also I need to write on here that I've also been watching The Equalizer. The Equalizer TV show stars Queen Latifah. And it's inspired by the movie The Equalizer, but it's good. It's really good. I love that show. So those are my sort of like currently consuming. And then I added, is it here? No, it's here. I added a spread. By the time you are seeing this, I will be back from LA, but I'm going to LA next weekend for work mostly. But I happened to be there during a Hobonichi pop-up, and as you know, Hobonichi and I are having some problems, but that doesn't mean I am not going. This is my Hobonichi, if you are new to the channel. She and I are fighting. Well, actually, this book is just so much more compelling right now than my Hobonichi, because I can be anything. I can do anything in this book. Anyway, Hobonichi pop-up literally the day before I leave. So I'm going to be doing that. And then here's a little map of LA. This is, ignore this. That's not, I'm not good at cartography. So ignore all of the actual physical spaces that I'm trying to represent, because they're wrong. But I'm going to be staying in Culver City. And these are the shops I want to sort of check out. But these are my priorities. I really want to go to High Tide. I've just heard so much good things about them, and I love a bunch of their stuff. So I just want to go there. I really want to go to Crush and Touch and Shorthand, because Crush and Touch, Shorthand, and Big Bud Press, a place that I own clothes from and I love them, are all like literally on the same block. So I need to go there. And obviously Hobonichi pop-up. And then I think that's it. I also, on the previous page have like my packing list and stuff. But, oh, that's basically everything that's going well. I got this Roterunner. Let me see. Okay, yeah. So I haven't filled out this thing. I filled out some of these like purpose pages. I thought, because it's like undated, and it has like these kind of more detailed pages of like, I really like the sleep tracker, I really like the habit tracker, I really like sort of gratitude and health every day, I really like water. There's like a water. Is there a water? No, there isn't. But you could track it here. And I really also like that I'm pretty sure at the end of like every 5, yeah, they have like a month overview, things that, like, this is the kind of stuff I kind of used to do in my bullet journal when I was bullet journaling. So I was like, this really works. This is like the next thing that I need to like finish out the year. And I ordered it, and basically in the time it took to get to my house, which wasn't that long, I just was like, no, this is it. This is it. Like, this thing that is just completely a blank slate, also super, like, it is not demanding anything of me. It can be kind of ugly, it can be kind of janky, it doesn't matter. This is it right now. But I did do a pen test on the what's it called, on this guy. So if you're thinking of getting this brand, Roterunner Purpose Planner, I think they're calling these 160 GSM, maybe? I'm really bad with paperweights. I know it's like, it feels about the same weight as the paper in here. But here's my pen test. So I've got brush pen, other brush pen. I've got my fountain pen Revolution pen, which is, if you watch my last video, it is broken. So I need to either send it back or get another one or whatever. I'm still talking to them about what that looks like. But here's the other side. There is ridging with these guys, ballpoint G2 obs. But if you notice, the only pen that really bled is that fountain pen Revolution pen, which again is broken. The other pen that kind of bled, or the other sort of like pens that seem to have bled, are this one, and this one, and that is my Lamy 2000, which is just notoriously juicy. My Waterman, which is another super juicy pen, and then one of my Antique Parkers, which is also pretty juicy. So, even watercolor, nothing. You can see shadowing, and you can see a little bit of bleeding with my big juicy brush pen, but my other brush pen didn't bleed at all. So, that's a paper test in that thing. I don't know what I'm going to do with this thing. I tried to sort of like fill out some of the goals stuff that it has at the very beginning, at the very front, and I like, let me see if I can like go to a blank goals sheet and show you like what I'm talking about, because I filled out at least one of the goals, okay, no, it's way closer to the beginning. Come on. Okay, here it is. Yeah, so here is, you're supposed to think of yourself in your roles, like parent, child, like not child, obviously, parent, daughter, son, etc., manager, I don't know, author, whatever, and like establish why this role matters, and then put some 6 months goals in here, and then break down what you need to do daily, weekly, monthly in order to like get towards those goals. And I don't know, maybe what I wrote will actually be super relevant to my experience. I'm not entirely saying that it won't be, but it just, I don't know, it doesn't, it didn't feel like that helpful. Like, I don't know. We'll see. So that's that. That's everything. Thanks for joining me. I will see you next week.